So I've been having a blast so far with the Fusion and Link event due to its lower power level than the Limit 1 festival. And it's mainly because I think I found the best deck for this event. This deck is absolutely crazy. What you're looking at here is Ancient Warriors, Branded, Destiny Hero, TRI-BRIGADE. Yes. This all fits in one deck, and it has enough room for 13 hand traps in it. So, I guess I should explain how these different engines all work together in this deck. And before you get at me calling this deck Destiny Hero, when it's literally just a DP package, well, do you have a Royal DPE? No? Okay, shut up then. Okay, everyone knows the rule of Master Duel is if you own a Royal Rare, then your deck can automatically be named after the Royal Rare card. So here, this is worthy of being called a Destiny Hero deck because of this card alone. Oh yeah, I've been meaning for a chance to actually get use out of this for over a year now, and we back, baby. All right, so the TRI-BRIGADE stuff is I'm sure you. I hope all of you know what like the TRI-BRIGADE cards do by now, right? They've only been in the game for basically since launch, terrorizing the first few months of the formats. And you know you have a Shurag, which is a banish, and it searches a Tri-Beast monster when it goes to the grave, and you have Revolt, and Revolt summons this during your opponent's turn, so you get a non-targeting banish during your opponent's turn. That's cool. And how this works with the Ancient Warriors is Sun Mo is the main starter, so Sun Mo sends any card, hand or field, to the grave to add a Ancient Warriors card from Ancient Warriors monster from your deck to your hand. You add this. You know what this is? Ingenious Juga Kong. This is just Poplar. Okay, this is OG Poplar. Juga Kong walked so that Poplar could run. You add this off of Sun Mo, you special summon this, and then you can bounce a card your opponent controls. So it's also decently good going second because nobody respects Ancient Warriors cards, and they're like, "What the hell does this do?" Oh, I'm gonna let him discard first before trying to interact with it. Don't do that. You wanna stop this before I even get a chance to discard, because you know what I'm gonna discard with Sun Mo. I'm gonna send Nerval, and I'm gonna send Kit, and I'm gonna trigger their effects. I'm gonna trigger my TRI-BRIGADE engine. I'm gonna add a Karas. I'm gonna extend past your dumb negation. But yeah, basically any two TRI-BRIGADE monsters now, or Sun Mo plus Nerval plus or Kit, or honestly Fractal plus another TRI-BRIGADE. There's like so many 2-card combinations here. All of them let you end on an end board of minimum double Dragon Lord, DPE that you made off Verte, plus Revolt. And in the meantime, throughout that entire combo, you're gonna be accessing the branded engine in between that, because you're gonna have a Kit, either Kit dumping Mercurier, or you're going to have Shreg linked off, and then Shreg is gonna search Mercurier. And then when you search Mercurier, you pitch it to the grave with Bearbrum's effect. So Bearbrum, you get a free cards in hand to discard for Bearbrum's effect to special summon another TRI-BRIGADE monster that's banished. So that gets you an extra link material, which gets you your double Dragon Lord on the field. And then while this is in the grave, you're gonna banish the Mercurier for any of your TRI-BRIGADE monsters' effects. And then when this gets banished, obviously you get to add a branded card or Fallen of Albas monster from your deck to your hand. So you're gonna add Shrouded Dragon, and then you're gonna Shrouded Dragon, you're gonna pitch Branded Sword, and then you're gonna draw another card, and then Branded Sword is gonna add the Mercurier back to hand. And what are you gonna do with the Mercurier that you added back to hand? You're gonna put it back for Revolt for free, so you get a free Revolt. You don't have to put like any of your good cards. If you have like, you're gonna have like multiple hand traps in hand, or like a DD Crow that you might have searched with Shureg, and instead of having to put one of those nice cards back, you get to put back the Mercurier instead. Also, you get the draw off Fergie too, so your Fergie you can also draw a card and put it back in Mercurier too. So you get basically 2 free draws with this engine in between your TRI-BRIGADE cards, and you're adding and accessing your DPE. And this is Sunmo is my alternative to Rescue Cat. So Rescue Cat is a 1-card combo, although Rescue Cat is a lot weaker to Imperm and a lot weaker to Ash specifically. Ash, it's honestly a joke on Sunmo. Ash will never stop your play because Sunmo, discard Nerval, discard Kit. It doesn't matter if they Ash you. You just get the effect, you get to add chaos to your hand, you get to extend anyways, and it's like the Ash doesn't matter. Whereas Ash on a Rescue Cat, kind of ends your turn most of the time. So yeah, this plays pretty decently into hand traps compared to the Rescue Cat engine. And yeah, this is it might look random how like you have just a two mini 4-card engines in here, but in reality you access both of these engines pretty much into your combo every time if you get the full combo off. And even if you get negated, like there's nothing stopping you from adding the Mercurial that you add to the hand. There's nothing preventing you from just summoning Mercurial, and then after your Chaos gets impermed, oh no, what am I going to do? I'm going to normal Mercurial, I'm going to go into Virgin, I'm going to make a DPE through your hand trap. Which in this format, eating the hand trap and making a DPE on top of it while having your own hand traps to back it up is it's a very strong plan B. Yeah, going over the deck, obviously we're running the 4 best hand traps: Nibiru, Ash, Imperm, and Valor, and Crow, because Crow is a wing beast, so it's just another search. You can search it off Shrek basically during your opponent's turn or your own turn, so it's just a free hand trap that you can add in certain combo hands, maxing out on all the Tri-Brigade monsters, maxing out on Tenki, maxing out on Sunmo. We're playing the 4-card DB engine, the 3-card branded engine, and obviously the Revolt. And the extra deck, 1 DPE, 1 Almirage. You need this to link off Kit and Nerval. That's how you get turn these 2 cards into combo. Lightheart comes up all the time. You banish 1 after you. Oftentimes when you get negated or get impermed, you have an 1 light Tri-Beast engraved. You just link you just banish 1 into Lightheart, and then you link the Lightheart off with your negated Tri-Beast, and you go into like an Elf. You can bring back a Kit, and then Kit uses the effect, and you can just go off from there. You'll see me make Lightheart multiple times just to play through Interruption. This card's so important, even when you don't play the Scareclaw cards, which you definitely can also put Scareclaw cards in here. It's just that without Xyz, without Synchros, and like without Appaloosa or SP as just generic links to go into, there's not a lot you can do with the extra materials that you get from the Scareclaw engine, so there wasn't really a payoff in my mind for it, although you definitely can just to make this deck even funnier, and just say you're playing a 5-engine Tri-Brigade deck instead of a 4-engine Tri-Brigade deck. Yeah, make Verte, a double Dragon Lord, 1 Ferrojeet, 1 Bearbrum, search Revolt, 1 Sprite Elf, really important because level 2, link 2, I've used this. Pit Knight early. You can also use this as an end board piece. You put it underneath the Elf, and then Elf isn't really that important. It doesn't really provide you that much follow-up. It's just there as targeting protection a lot of the time, and it can it's more for your turn than your opponent's turn, but it triggers Pit Knight early, so you get an extra negate if you do make Elf that case. Sprint doesn't really come up, but Sprint theoretically dumps Kit, which Kit can obviously send Nerval or Mercurial, and then that gets your engine going. 1 Resvelg and 1 Rugal. These are basically the Link 3 Tri-Brigade, the Link 3 Tri-Beast links that most of the time you're just going to use these to climb into an access code to make your access code 5300. But yeah, access code insanely broken in this deck. Like this is, I can't believe, like this was the first meta deck in Master Duel, and literally every Tri-Brigade monster is a 1-card access code talker that's 5300. Like what the hell is that? And double Shrek. By the way, if you're wondering, there's a couple like if you're wondering about the locks, how Verte locks you out of special summoning entirely for the turn, and how Fusion Destiny locks you into dark hero monsters for the rest of the turn, and Tri-Brigade Bearbrim locks you into Tri-Brigade monster into the turn. How do you access both DPE and Search Revolt this way while activating Verte or activating Fusion Destiny? Well, it's simple, because with Verte, Verte, basically you leave TRI-BRIGADE Bear Brim on the field. You link off your other monsters and not the Bear Brim, and then you make a DPE. And when you make the DPE, then the DPE is gonna pop your Bear Brim with DPE's effect. That's how you search Revolt. You don't actually want to link Bear Brim off if you're going for the DPE line. Same way if you draw Fusion Destiny, you just keep the Bear Brim on the field and you Fusion Destiny for DPE, and then DPE, you're gonna pop your Bear Brim. You don't, be careful not to link this off unless turn 1 at least, because you're not gonna be able to make a DPE in that case if you link this off. So yeah, how about if you don't understand all my explanations here right now, don't worry. I'll show you how this deck works in the replays too. So we're against our opponent Disneyland, who won the coin flip and decided to go second. So we're gonna show our opponent the happiest place on earth, and we're gonna tanky. This is just full combo, full engine hand. Add Fractal, send Kit. I already have Mercurier in hand, so don't need to do any fancy bits. A normal summon Sun will send the tanky, free send, get Poplar, special Poplar, and then link into Fergie, special Karaz, banish 4 into Shurag into Bear Brim, Shurag, add Crow, and then Bear Brim, discard 2, clean the Mercurier, get back the Kit, banish 2, get DDL, get Shrouded, dump Branded Sword, draw a card, draw a Veiler, nice, Branded Sword, add back Mercurier, and link off into Elf. And here, because I already hard drew Fusion Destiny, I get to make an Elf so I can protect my DPE. Fusion Destiny, chain Elf, bring back Kit, and then special DPE, and then DPE is gonna pop Kit and Bear Brim, and then Bear Brim, because it was sent to grave, will get me Revolt. So that's how you search Revolt, this way with DPE. Even though if you link off Bear Brim into Verte, then it doesn't work. But if you hard draw Fusion Destiny, you can simply just make DPE and pop your Bear Brim, and you can search Revolt that way, and that's fine. And this is Revolt, DDL, DPE, Veiler, plus Imperm. So this is 5 interruptions. What deck this format is beating 5 interruptions? Okay, well if there is a deck, it's Abyss Actor, which is a going second deck that I have no idea how to interact with. So they're gonna do their stuff, get Curtain Raiser, and I'm gonna summon Shotgun my Shurag now to banish the Curtain Raiser, because Curtain Raiser I see has an on-field effect that's beneficial. So I'm going to banish it, and I know they have a Link 1 as well, so I get a body off the field as well, so that's nice. And get all my guaranteed fallout, draw a card. They're gonna normal summon another copy, going to Hybrid Rector, which Hybrid Rector I'm gonna bounce with Double Dragon Lord, activate Madonna. They realized that I can just pop their Madonna with DPE, and they just gave up. Nice. Yeah. I bet they weren't expecting to play against one of the few competent combo decks that can put up 5 interruptions turn 1 when they queued up with Abyss Actors, but I mean, bro, I'm telling you, this deck is nuts. So here, our opponent won the coin flip, and I was tilted out of my mind from this game. Okay, first of all, they're on 60 cards, right? And they activated Desires, normal summon Black Metal Dragon. Okay, normal summon Black Metal Dragon. Activate Striker Dragon, activate Black Metal. Add Red Ice Darkness Metal, add Boot Sector Launch. I checked their deck afterwards. Every single one of these cards that they add on this turn is a one-off. Okay, the Red MD is a one-off. The Boot Sector Launch is a one-off. The Romulus and the second Black Metal, the Dragon Ravine is a one-off. The Black Meteor Dragon is a one-off. Okay, activate Dragon Ravine, pitch, send Absol Router. The Absol Router was a one-off. Every single card they showed was a one-off. They didn't banish a single fucking one-off from their deck off of Desires. Like, if I was this skilled of a duelist, bro, I would put Desires in every single one of my decks. So yeah, and the sad thing is that because we're in an event, there's really nothing that they can end their board on. So even though they went full combo, yeah, add the Dill back, add the special, the Tracer. Okay, go into Borderland Dragon. Hey, Borderland Dragon, revive and pass. all of that Desires Luck just to end on Borderland Pass. Alright, sick. So Dasher, just what I wanted to see. On a Shadow Dragon, try to draw into an Imperm, draw into a new route. Thank you, right on time. Absolutely right on time. So I'm gonna tanky add a Sun Mole. They don't do anything on the summon. Then I just activate Sun Mole and then they Imperm it. You know, joke's on you. I never cared about resolving Sun Mole in the first place. All I wanted to do was pitch the Nervball to grave, which will add me Kit, and then I can Kara send the Kit, and then the Kit will send the Mercurier, and I will use Keras to banish 2 and get out the Bearbrum. This will trigger Mercurier to add back the Shadow Dragon. At this point, they're going to Rocket Tracer. The Tracer is negated, by the way, because they revived it off of. They negated it with the Borderland, so very, very nice Tracer right there. But they have a Dragon Maid Tiding in hand, so yeah. The funny thing is, if they just shotgun Tiding and use Tiding on my normal summon Sun Mole, I would have passed and I would have lost. Instead, you know, because nobody knows what Ancient Warriors cards do, and they don't see this card as a threat, so they just let me pay the cost, and thinking that oh, they're gonna get a nice 2-for-1, when in fact the cost is what I want with this card in the first place. So cool. This pitching Nerval enabled me to do all of this. So yeah, we get a Tiding. The Bear Room goes away, but I'll just make a Ferrogy instead. Ferrogy to summon the Mercurier that I just added back to hand off of the Branded Sword, and then make an Elf. Ferrogy will let me draw a card. I'll put back that Dasher that I don't need. Sprite Elf, bring back the Kit, banish 2 to bring back the Bear Room. Hey, it's back. I never used this effect, so you just bounced it back. So I'm just gonna resummon it. Thank you very much. Pitch 2, get the Nerval. Nerval, banish 4. And then the 4 banishes the Borderland. By the way, if you're wondering why they never used Borderland, go take a look at their grave. Fantastic Dragon Link gameplay. All of that just to take out both rockets out of your grave so that your Borderland was never live in the first place. Get this garbage off of my screen. Okay, get this Dragon Link gameplay off my screen. We're gonna make Actus Go Talker. And I'm gonna search Revolt anyways, just in case, just for the BM, knowing that you never had a chance against me. And yeah, we're gonna pop that and we're gonna attack for game. Yeah, don't bring that kind of Dragon Link gameplay to me. Don't get that out of here. Alright, so we're playing against our opponent, BBL Drizzy Drake, and we're gonna be playing the role of Kendrick in this game. And our opponent, mind you, our opponent won the coin flip, chose to go first with Cyberse. Okay, I'm thinking, what are you possibly ending on in Cyberse going first this format? I showed a Cyberse deck, but it was a blind second OTK deck because that's all the tools that Cyberse lends itself to, OTKing, but I don't know what you add on the end board. So opponent has extender after extender. See, the Ash didn't matter, and they go into Terahertz. So I'm like, so mind you, with Terahertz, there is no the Save Worm and there is no Mirror Logic Aggregator. So Terahertz literally does nothing on the field. Alright, interesting. And then they make a Heat Soul to draw a couple of cards. Yeah. Terahertz send Raster Liger. That's the best you could come up with. Damn it, Drake. Not beating the allegations. And they're gonna draw a card. Okay, so clearly they have no interruptions, and all they have are possible hand traps. So we drew a brick in Zhuge Liang. Does not matter. It is a Tri-Beast, so that's all we care about. I'm gonna do Fractal, do Nerval, add Keras, and then Keras send the Zhuge Kong to the grave, and then I'm gonna banish 4, and they let that through. So I'm going to Shurag on the Dark Flare, and they. No, you really should have evaded my Keras and not the Shurag, because the Shurag on the field, I know it's a hard once per turn, but now I get to link it off into Bearbrum. Thank you for the arrow, and then Shurag surges me Mercurier, and then Bearbrum effect, pitch Mercurier and Revolt to get back the Kit, banish 3, make Doom Eagle, trigger Mercurier, add Shrouded Dragon, Doom Eagle, banish their Firewall Defender because it protects from destruction, or shuffle it back into the deck because it protects Terahertz from destruction, draw a card off of the Shrouded, add the Mercurier back, link these two into Axis Code, and then Axis Code, pop their Terahertz, and then use Fusion Destiny because we hard drew it, and go into DPE. And because, you know, thank you very much for paying 2k life points so that I don't have to do the full 8k to you. I can just kill you off of this. Well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. I personally think Axis Code DPE going OTK going second, pretty decent for this event. Alright, so this is a game where I go first, and this hand, any 2 try names, this is basically a full combo. So I'm gonna normal Kit and make Almirage, and Kit is gonna send Nerval. Nerval is gonna add me my Mercurier because I have a Kairos in hand already. I'm gonna Kairos pitch the Mercurier, special summon it, Kairos banish 2. I guess hit with Imperm. Thank you very much. That was just the bait. Honestly, that was a bait because watch what happens next. We're gonna first Mercurier, trigger Mercurier, add a Shrouded, and I'm gonna draw a card off Shrouded, see if I can get anything. We get a second Veiler, nice. Branded Sword, add that to Mercurier for free fodder later. Link these two off into Sprite Elf. Elf, bring back the Kits, and then Kit is gonna banish 1 to summon the Lightheart. Lightheart plus Kit makes Ferrijit. And then Ferrijit will special summon the Mercurier that we just added back to hand. And these two are gonna hard make Bearbroom. And then Ferrijit is gonna trigger draw Fusion Destiny. Amazing draw, but you know what? I decided because I've used DP already enough. Why don't we go for a separate endboard? So I actually ditched this Fusion Destiny, saying, no, I don't need it. I'm gonna do an alternative line. I'm gonna summon Nerval banish to summon DDL Dark Double Dragon Lord, linking to Pit Knight early instead, and then trigger Revolt. So instead of getting DPE, I ended on a Pit Knight early because I figured I already used DPE enough. Why don't we use this Pit Knight that I put in my extra deck that I never get to use? So now we have through an Imperm, by the way, we have Double Dragon Lord, Pit Knight early negate with Elf Protection, and Revolt. And we drew 2 cards, so we get obviously the last card in hand is a hand trap. And yeah. Our opponent's playing, first of all, we're going to Imperm the Sprite Elf. That's a nice top deck. By the way, Imperming Sprite Elf means I can still negate with Pin Knight early because it doesn't need to resolve the effect. I can just still use Sprite Elf to get the early negate. Doesn't really matter. Then they're playing the Unchained Loner. So none of this actually mattered because their hand just lost to an Ash anyways. But, you know, getting basically the full Endboard 3 interruptions plus the draw 2 through an Imperm. Yeah, this deck is insanely broken this format. People forget how broken TRI-BRIGADE was at the launch of Master Duel. Okay, so opponent's going first, and once again, always draw 2 engine requirements in hand. That's what you don't get with this deck. And our opponent's on Memento, and I'm gonna be honest. I threw the Ash out there because I didn't want to keep hitting the prompt. I'm not sure what Memento exactly does, and also if this is the Loner, then I definitely do not know what to properly hand trap. And turns out it looks like it doesn't matter, but my Memento viewers, tell me what they did wrong. Tell me what they did wrong. This cannot be the play. This cannot be the play ending on nothing. All right. Like, come on, man. I had 1 Ash that I just fired off immediately. There's no way this is the end board. And, yeah, so we draw... Oh, nice. 3 engine requirements. So, I can't even draw off the Albion now because I drew the Branded Sword. So, if I wanted to use Albion's effect, it would just special summon itself because I would pitch the sword from hand instead of being from deck. So, basically 3 just terrible cards in hand and a Nibiru that's also not very live right now. So, all I have is a Kit. So what I do with this Kit, go into Almirage, and then dump Nerval add Keras. And here's the thing, because Druga Kong, again, all Druga Kong is a beast warrior. That's all it needs to be. So you can pitch it for Keras and you can still keep going. I do Bear Brum, and then they hold the Imperm not on the Keras. What is with people like not Imperming my first Tri-Brigade and waiting for me until after I summon my Link out? This never works out for them, okay? So they're gonna Imperm my Bear Brum, okay? But my Bear Brum is already out. So, okay, first of all, I'm gonna get the Almirage out of here because I'm gonna link this into Sprite Out, so I want that in the EMZ, and then I'm gonna trigger Bear Brum. So now because they let me go to Bear Brum, I could search Revolt, and now they have to Ash my Bear Brum. So they negate my Bear Brum, and because they negated my Bear Brum search, I'm not locked into Tri-Beast. I'm not locked into Tri-Brigade monsters yet because they negated that effect. So I can actually banish one for Lightheart, go these two into Verte Anaconda, and then Verte is going to make a DPE. And I'm going to end with DPE through Imperm Ash, which is not the worst, to be honest. Through making a legitimate Endboard piece through 2 hand traps, I figure as far as this event goes, that seems pretty good. So one thing I forgot to mention is that this deck is honestly, it's kind of cheap. If it's not completely budget, you do need a few URs and like the extra deck and like DPEs and stuff like that. But if you've been playing for 2 years, these ultra rares that you needed are from decks that were tier 1 in Master Duel's past. So as long as you didn't dismantle all of your URs, and you're an experienced player, there's a high chance you already have some of these cards. Like Mercurier, it's a UR, but it's in Branded. So if you play Branded, you already have this card. DP, if you played at any time in late 2022 or like early 2023, you probably have this card because DPE was everywhere. Sprite Elf, if you played any time during Sprite meta, you probably have a Sprite Elf and a Sprite Sprint. Almirage, you probably have an Almirage you've been playing for more than a year. Verte, same along the lines of DPE. Lightheart might be the one card that you don't have access to because this is specifically more of a Monodium and a Scareclaw card. So yeah, I admit maybe this one is the card that you're most likely not gonna have. Double Dragonlord, if you've played at Tri-Brigade at any point in Master Duel, you probably already own this card. The Shuregs, again, if you're like an early boomer Master Duel player, then you probably have Shuregs and you have Access Code Talker. But yeah, I didn't put this in my budget deck video, so if you actually want actual real budget decks that don't even need this amount of URs and just don't need any URs at all, go check that out. But I also made a video showcasing what I think are going to be the best decks for this event, and this deck is broken, and this deck is definitely in that video, but it's not the only one. So if you're interested in that, go check that video out too.